So, as far as esports go, today we're talking about Harrisburg University and what we did as Aurora Multimedia for their esports program over there, and using SDVoE to make it actually happen, and why SDVoE is important in order to do esports these days. So what I'm talking about right now is Harrisburg University. They created an esports that required a no latency solution. And one of the interesting things about it is they had to run it at 144 hertz. And we found that at the 1 gig solutions that was not going to work very well. They also needed a low latency, and with SDVoE you get 0 frame latency, which was an important part to this design. So one of the things about this installation is we were able to also not only use our box versions but our wall plate versions as well. So in this installation we did 39 of our IPX transceiver boxes. Aurora happens to use transceivers, which means we can do transmitters or receivers in a single box, lowers the SKU count, and we used also 4 wall plates for the remote interfacing if they brought in any additional equipment. We also used some Dante cards in there to move the Dante data as well over the 10 gig, which then went out to the Dante network. So one of the things when you're doing esports that's important is timing is everything, and you can't have a lot of milliseconds in there. And in our case, because we're able to do 100 microseconds, which is 0.1 millisecond, we're well below the threshold in order to achieve the reaction times. But in this particular case, what was really important to them was to run it at 144 hertz. And that was one of the things that the 10 gig was able to do very well. So one of the other things that they could also take advantage of is the scaling. Of course, with the scaling, we're still down to only 3 milliseconds, which is well below the 16.6667 milliseconds of a frame. So we also made it a nice, easy, clean install because we're able to do PoE. We were able to power over 10 gig with PoE, which was an industry first since no one had ever done that before. So now I get the shameless plug here of talking about the Aurora IPX TC3 wall plates and why they used our product on this. So Aurora is proud to say that we are the only SDVoE 10 gig wall plate on the market. And it's not just a wall plate, it's a transceiver wall plate, so we can actually reverse directions. And all the great things that you come to know about SDVoE is available in these wall plates. We could do 4K 60 444 lossless compression with 0 frame latency. We could do seamless switching. We have unlimited scalability. We could do the Dante with it, the RS-232, the IR, USB at full 480 megabits per second, and full breakaway switching. As far as our box versions, our latest is the IPX TC3, and it has all the features that I really just read out to you as the wall plate has, except in a box form. And in our boxes, we actually allow you to do copper and fiber, so that way we keep a low SKU count, and we even have a dual fiber version, which allows for redundant fiber backbones. So in order to make a solution really good, you need a good management tool. And one of the other things that Aurora has done is we created what we call the IP-based team manager. This manager allows us to do everything on an enterprise level, from creating multi-user levels with passwords, profiles, grouping, alerts, statistics, all the different types of routings you could do, whether it's seamless, windowing and compositing, video wall modes, everything, all right from this tool. We even have a thing called rapid deployment, where in a matter of minutes you can configure hundreds of units right off of a spreadsheet, just like that. So very, very cool software. And one of the great things we also announced at the show is we're running it off of another partner of SDVoE, Netgear. So we're running this tool now not only off of our own servers, we can run it right off the Netgear M4500 series switch, making the solution even more compact and more clean when you're actually using it, making it a very good ecosystem to actually use it. And there's no other solution on the markets that can actually do this right now. So 10 gig right now is really happening in what we can do and how we actually do it. So this is our management tool, and that is our presentation for today. A little bit about Aurora Multimedia. We've been around for over 20 years. We're headquartered in New Jersey. Most of our products are actually built right in our own building, and we give a nice 5-year warranty to all of them. And if you got any information you want to know about it, we go to www.auroramm.com. And thank you everybody for listening to my presentation.